Hello guys, so welcome back to our discussion on revenue from construction contracts. So ito yung second part na ng discussion natin. Okay? So ano i-discuss natin dito? So 'di ba sa first part ang diniscuss natin doon ay yung nature of the terminologies used in accounting for construction contracts, the percentage of completion, and the zero profit method. Pagdating naman dito sa second part natin, ang i-discuss natin ay other issues na lang, such as variable considerations under construction contracts. Let's start. Okay. As to variable consideration, kung matatandaan nyo sa first discussion ko ng PFRS 15, pag sinabi natin variable consideration, ito yung non-fixed portion of the transaction price. So how do we account for variable consideration in accordance with PFRS 15? We shall estimate the variable consideration. Kasi, ipapasok natin yan sa transaction price natin. Okay? How do we estimate the variable consideration? Meron tayong dalawang methods kung natatandaan natin, pero balikan natin. Ano yon? Expected value approach and the most likely amount. Okay? So, dun tayo sa problem 2 para maintindihan nyo kung ano yung sinasabi ko dito. Problem 2, that's the Fonollosa company, no? Dalawa lang naman tinatanong. Assuming the outcome of the project can be estimated reliably, how much is the RGP or loss for the year 2020 under PFRS 15? And number 2, ganun pa rin, can be estimated reliably, how much is the revenue for the year 2020. Okay. Basahin muna natin si problem 2 kasi medyo mahaba to. So, nung January 1, 2019, si Fonollosa nakipagkontrata sa isang customer to construct a building. Okay? Ayan. So, magkano yung agreed contract price? 20 million, which is subject to the additional contractual provisions. Number 1, may incentive na 30% per week. 'Di ba? Magkakaroon daw ng incentive na 30,000 per week if Fonollosa can complete or can finish the construction project earlier than the target date. What's the target date? December 31, 2021. All right? Next, penalty of 40,000 per week will be charged to Fonollosa if Fonollosa does not complete the construction within the target date. So, ibig sabihin, kapag hindi niya natapos by December 31, 2021 yung project, magkakaroon na ng penalty. No? Yung incentive pag natapos niya before December 31. And, another provision, if the building is issued a green certification, Fonollosa will be entitled to additional consideration of 200,000. So guys, anong tawag natin sa mga provisions na ito? Yung first provision is the incentive clause. Yung second provision is the penalty clause. Then, yung third provision, yan yung other incentive clause natin. Gets? Okay. So, pakitandaan yung mga clauses na yan, no? May effect kasi yan sa transaction price natin. So, ano ba yung transaction price under construction contracts? That's the contract price. Okay? Tuloy natin. On December 31, 2019, Fonollosa determined that the best estimate of the variable consideration is using the expected value method. So, the following estimates were obtained. Ayan. Hanggang dyan muna tayo Huwag nyo munang basahin yung 2020. Okay. So, paano ba natin i-analyze itong problem number 2 natin? The same format tayo, guys. Kung ano yung tinuro natin sa first part ng discussion natin ng long-term construction contracts, yun pa rin gagamitin natin dito. Lalo na kasi percentage of completion ito. The same template tayo. Gets? Okay. Then, hanggang 2020 lang ang i-account natin kasi yung tanong hanggang 2020 lang naman di ba? Okay. Now, saan tayo nagsisimula? 'Di ba contract price? Magkano ba yung contract price? 20 million, tas meron pang mga additional considerations. So, hindi natin agad-agad ilalagay yung 20 million sa contract price for 2019. We must estimate that by using what method? Expected value method. Ready na? Okay. So, on December 31, the following estimates were obtained. 60% to complete the project 6 weeks ahead, 20% probability to complete the project on time, and 20% probability to complete the project 5 weeks past target date of completion. As to the green certification, it is highly probable that such certification will be obtained for the project. Okay, so, paano natin malalaman ang ating transaction price or contract price? Okay, so expected value method tayo ha. Pag expected value method, ito lang palagi ang ating formula. Amount times probability percentage. Okay? Ganun din. Depende sa mga outcomes yan. Then, i-add nyo sila. Ganyan lang gagawin natin, no? So, paano yan? Meron tayong outcome 1, outcome 2, and outcome 3. At dyan natin malalaman ang ating estimated contract price. Ready? Okay. So, for the outcome 1, the project will be completed 6 weeks ahead the target date of completion. Okay? So, paano yan? Kailangan yung computin yung contract price if the project is to be completed 6 weeks ahead of target date of completion. How do we compute for that? Dahil in-estimate natin, maaga matatapos yung project, anong meron? Incentive or penalty? Incentives. So, paano yan? The original contract price of 20 million plus the total incentives, which is 30,000 per week times how many weeks? 6 weeks ahead. O, di ba? Ano yung 200,000, sir? Yan yung other incentive, yung green certification incentive. Additional 200,000. Okay? Then, yan yung contract price. Tama? Imumultiply mo siya nung probability percentage niyang 60%. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng expected value method natin. Alright? Okay. So, yan yung in-expect mong value under outcome number 1. Tuloy natin, outcome number 2. Sa outcome number 2, the project will be completed on time. So, pag on time, wala kang incentive, wala kang penalty. So, paano mo kukumpitin ang iyong contract price? Add mo lang sa initial contract price mo yung green certification clause na 200,000. Kasi ang sabi niya, highly probable naman na makukuha yung certification. Di ba may nabanggit tayo kanina sa first part ng discussion ng LTCC or ng construction contracts na isasali natin ang variation if it is probable na magre-result siya into revenue. Gets? Since highly probable, i-include natin siya. Okay? Pag hindi yan probable, guys, huwag niyong i-include kasi hindi ka probable kung talagang marirealize mo siya as revenue. Okay? I-include lang natin yan sa transaction price natin if we are or it is probable that it will result into future revenue. Gets? Okay. So, dahil ang outcome 2 mo, on time, wala kang incentive, wala kang penalty, pero may green certification clause or green certification incentive ka. Then, multiply it by the probability percentage of 20%. So, yan naman ang makukuha natin for outcome number 2. Then, last one, outcome number 3. The project will be completed 5 weeks past the target date of completion. Ibig sabihin, lalagpas or madedelay. Pag madedelay, may penalty. So, how do you compute for the contract price kapag ang assumption mo ay madedelay ng 5 weeks? That is, ima-minus mo yung penalty. 20 million minus 40,000 per week times 5 weeks ahead. Ahead tuloy. Past the target date of completion. Plus the green certification incentive of 200,000, then multiply it by your probability percentage of 20%. Okay? Di ba? Matrabaho siya, guys, pero ganyan talaga ang accounting natin. Lalo na pag may mga variations pa, no? Paki-add itong tatlong to. Add nyo yan para makuha natin yung estimated contract price. Magkano? 20,268,000. Yan ang ipapasok mo sa 2019. Then, normal process tayo. May prior period cost ba tayo? Wala. Kasi ano pa lang to? First year of construction, no? Then, current period cost, kopyahin nyo lang yung given sa data natin. Okay? So, construction cost incurred 2019, 9 million. Estimated cost to complete, 7 million. Estimated total construction cost, 16 million. How much is the estimated gross profit? 4,268,000. Percentage of completion, alam nyo na yung formula. That is 0 plus 9 million divided by 16 million. Okay. Multiply it. 2,400,750. Since this is the first year, wala ka pang RGP prior periods. So, your RGP for the year 2019 is 2,400,750. Yan ba yung tinatanong ng number 1? No. Ang tinatanong, year 2020. So, kailangan nating ituloy ng 2020 agad. Okay? Contract price. May malalagay ba agad tayo? Wala. Kasi, gagawin ulit natin yung proseso natin. Okay? Take note nagbago yung estimates. Okay? So, ganun pa rin. May tatlong outcomes. Outcome number 1, 70% to complete the project 6 weeks ahead. Outcome number 2, 20% probability to complete the project on time. And 10% for outcome number 3, 10% probability to complete the project 2 weeks past the target date of completion. So, for outcome number 1, compute for your expected contract price, multiply it by the probability percentage. 6 weeks ahead. Diba? 6 weeks ahead. So, may incentive ka ulit. No? Paano yan? 20 million plus the incentives, 30,000 per week times 6 weeks, plus the green certification incentive. Since as of December 31, 2020, highly probable pa rin naman yung green certification, i-include pa rin natin yan sa contract price natin, guys. Okay? Highly probable eh. Pag hindi yan probable, no, wag mong isali. Okay? So, the expected contract price under outcome 1 times 70%. Outcome 2, on time. Wala kang incentive, wala kang penalty, pero add mo pa rin yung green certification incentive mo. Okay? So, the expected contract price under outcome 2 times probability percentage. Then, outcome number 3, 2 weeks past the target date. So, minus ka lang ng penalty. Don't forget to add the green certification incentive. No? Then, the expected contract price under outcome number 3 will be multiplied by 10%. Then, ganun din, add nyo lang ulit tong tatlo para makompute nyo yung estimated contract price ng 2020, which is how much? 20,318,000. Yan ang ilalagay nyo. Okay? Then, normal scenario. Kung paano natin ginawa yung sa first part natin, ganun na ulit gagawin natin dito sa second part. No? Ayan. So, estimated cost to complete is 3.75 million. Walang problema. Given naman yan. Contract price of 20,318,000 minus 15 million. Estimated gross profit, 5,318,000. Percentage of completion, 75%. Add nyo lang si 9 million as si 2.25 million. Divide it by estimated cost to complete. 75% of 5,318,000 amounted to 3,988,000 minus the RGP prior year, which is yung 2,400,750. So, our answer for number 1, guys, pakilagay na, that is 1,587,750. Okay, so that's your number 1. Okay? So, okay na, no? Number 1 is already answered. Number 2, how much is the construction revenue for the year 2020 under PFRS 15? Okay. So, for this one, guys, no? For this one, ganito lang naman ang gagawin natin. Alam nyo naman, may dalawa tayong methods kanina from our first part, di ba? Pero yung first method natin, hindi na natin magagawa kasi yung method na yon pang fixed price contract lang. Ito kasi hindi siya fixed price contract. So, yung alternative method lang ang kaya nating i-apply for this. Paano yung alternative method? Cumulative approach tayo. So, paano yung cumulative approach, sir? So, paano yung cumulative approach? That is, computein mo lang yung construction revenue to date mo. No? That is, 20,318,000 times 75%. Okay? Less construction revenue recognized in prior periods. Paano yan kinocompute, sir? Yung contract price mo ng 2019, i-multiply mo ng percentage of completion as of December 31, 2019. Ganun lang, no? Kita nyo naman, no? Reasonable siya, di ba? Ayan. Okay. So, how much is the construction revenue for the year 2020? 3,837,750. Naintindihan? Naintindihan? Okay. So, okay na. That's your number 2. Okay? So, ulitin lang natin. Paano ulit na compute yung construction revenue dito? That is, ginawa lang natin yung cumulative approach. Hindi natin magagawa yung first method kanina kasi pang fixed price contract lang yon. Ito kasi hindi fixed price contract eh. Kaya yung cumulative approach lang. Gets? Okay. Oh, last problem. Tapos na to. Problem 3 natin, nakafocus lang tayo sa computation of the collections. Oh, madali lang to. Kasi dito, i-account lang naman natin yung collections eh, no? So, Bradford Corp was contracted to build a bridge for 150 million. Project to be completed in 2 years and the contract provided for. May mga, clauses. 10% mobilization fee payable within 15 days after the signing of the contract. 10% retention. Ayan, papasok ang mga contract retentions natin. And payment of progress billings within 10 days from acceptance. Gumagamit daw si company ng percentage of completion, no? Ayan. Now, sa requirement ba natin, kakailanganin natin yung gross margin or gross profit rate ng 25%? Answer is no. Hindi natin gagamitin. Hindi natin gagamitin yan. Kasi, collections ang focus natin eh. No? Ayan. So, paano natin kukumputin ang collections? No? Paano natin yan kukumputin? Okay. First, explain muna natin ano yung mobilization fee. What's the mobilization fee? Ano yan? Advance payment lang yan. Yung 10% mobilization fee, advance payment lang. Okay? Advance payment lang siya. Ayos tayo? Okay. So, to compute for our collections in 2020, magsisimula tayo sa mobilization fee. How do we compute for the mobilization fee? 10%. 10% based on what? Contract price. Contract price, 150 million times the mobilization percentage of 10% is 15 million. Plus subsequent collections. Pero take note 2020 lang. Kaya sinama ko yung mobilization fee dito kasi during 2020 niya rin na-collecta yan. Gets? Okay. Malinaw, no? Ayan. Then, may retention provision. So, ibig sabihin, sa lahat ng billings, may 10% retention. Kung nagpadala ka ng billings na 5 million, hindi buong 5 million makukuha mo. Nakuha nyo naman yun doon sa first part ng discussion ko. Ready na? Okay. So, paano natin kukumpitin yung subsequent collections natin? Okay. Tuloy natin yung kwento. By the end of 2020, Bradford had presented progress billings corresponding to 50% completion. All of the billings presented in 2020 were accepted except the last one, 10% accepted on January 5 next year na, no? With the exception of one bill for 8% which was due on January 7, 2021. All of the billings accepted in 2020 were settled. Okay. Nagpadala daw ng billings etong si Bradford sa customer corresponding to the 50% completion. So, pag sinabi nating 50% completion, yung contract price, imumultiply dapat natin ng 50%. Tama? Kaso may mga exceptions eh. Sige. So, magsisimula tayo dito. 150 million pala. 50 million tuloy. 150 million total contract price times blank percentage. So, how do we determine this percentage here? Sisimulan natin sa 50%. Okay. Out of that 50% completion, meron daw 10% na inaccept lang ng January 2021. So, pakitanggal na yung 10%. Kasi, ang sabi sa provision nila, and payment of progress billing within 10 days from acceptance. Kailan ba inaccept yung 10%? Next year pa. So, alam natin hindi siya makakolekta for the year 2020. So, tatanggalin natin 10%. Di ba? Next, meron pang isa. May isa pang bill na na-accept tuloy na mag-due ng January 7, 2021. Anong ibig sabihin pag mag-due na siya ng January 7, 2021? Di ba? Anong ibig sabihin nun? Pag mag-due na siya ng January 7, 2021. Inaccept siya during December. Yun nga lang, makokolekta siya 2021 pa. So, kailan ba nating tanggalin yung 8%? Yes, tatanggalin natin yung 8%. Kasi, hindi siya makokolekta during 2020. So babay tayo kay 8%. No? So, ilan na lang natira? That is 50 minus 18, 32%. Yan yung ilalagay mo rito. 32% lang. Bakit 32%? All of the billings accepted in 2020 were settled. Except for that 8%. Inaccept nga ng 2020, yun nga lang, makokolekta January 7 pa. Gets? Okay. So, magkano yung subsequent collections natin? That will be 150 million times 32%. Magkano yan? 48,000. 48,000. 48 million. Ops! Wag na wag niyong kakalimutan, may 10% retention pa. So, kung ano man ang nakuha niyo dito, times niyo pa yan ng 90%. Saan nakuha yung 90%? 1 minus 0.1 natin. Yung 0.1, that's the 10% retention. Kaya 90%. So, magkano yan? That is 43,200. So, what will be our total collections ng 2020? Answer is 58,200,000. So, for problem number 3, ang sagot natin ay 58,200,000. Naintindihan? No? Ang trick lang dito, guys, ay yung retention. Yung retention na 10%. Sir, hindi mo ba siya in-apply do sa mobilization fee? No. Hindi naman kasi yan billing. No? Advance payment required under the construction contract. Gets? Okay? Then, that's the end of our lesson for revenue from construction contracts. So, guys, no? thank you for listening. I hope you have appreciated our two-part discussion on revenue from construction contracts. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.